SmackDown Hot Takes, where I take your thoughts, your opinions, your hot takes from the previous episode of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and or PLEs. And we'll do Saturday night's main event tonight as well. I'm in a rush. I got a shirt over a shirt because I gotta go the moment we're done. So let's get started. I'm going to try to do as little takes as possible. Got to get back here for John Cena's final match tonight. We got Kevin Codwell says the ruler is here. Yes, Oba Femi has arrived last night. While I thought it was rather much a show lacking of lackluster, if you will, I do think that they did. It was definitely a showcase of the future in a little wee bit. I mean, think about this. Ilja Dragunov, he's the champion right now. You got Oba Femi showing up and punking out Cody Rhodes. Not a full-blown punk out, but he definitely got in his face, grabbed him by the arm, and was like, I'm not through with you, man. And then you also got Javon Evans beating The Miz, and Lash Legend beating Alexa Bliss. So the ruler is here, but honestly, when I woke up this morning for the first time, I started thinking maybe the future is here. God, I hope I'm not setting myself up for heartbreak. There's been plenty of times where I'm like, this is it. We're pulling the trigger on Braun Breaker. He's about to be the guy, and then we introduce Logan Paul to the Vision. You know what I mean? So I'm hoping that last night and the explosion of NXT faces on SmackDown wasn't a one-time thing just to go into John Cena's final thing. So John Cena paying dividends. John Cena, his request was to have just a bunch of NXT exhibition matches tonight on his farewell show, and so they probably brought these guys in and gal to kind of like hype up Saturday night's main event, and in the process making Triple H, forcing Triple H to show us the future. So I'm really hoping that makes sense, and because I can't cut it out, got to keep going, and I'm really hoping that we build on this. This is not a one-time deal, a two-time deal tonight and last night. I'm hoping that honestly, let Oba lose the title at New Year's Evil and just get him on the roster permanently. And same with Javon. We've been seeing Javon for a minute now. It's time to just keep him on the roster. Call up with Joe Hendry too. Call up Trick Williams too. Ethan Page. It's time. We've got all these NXT guys and gals. JC Jane. Like, let's make it happen. Jordan Grace and Jay Cargill, they could be fighting it right now. They got to rebuild Jordan Grace actually a little bit, because they've kind of like dropped the ball on her, but I'm just saying there's so many people just ready to make the jump. Let's do it. Jump. The ruler and future is here. All right, let's read some more people. We got Raphael at Air. Ilja versus Ciampa did not disappoint. One of the best physical matches I've seen. Ilja is turning into a low-key MVP of SmackDown. For whatever reason, I actually do like Tommaso Ciampa, but I did not like this feud that they got going on, and I thought this match was going to be like whatever, and the first 10 minutes was, but the last 10 or 15, I really got into it. This was an excellent match. I love that Ilja was all bloodied, and he kept going. I wish he would have played up on it a little more, maybe wiped it on his chest, but for the most part, I really enjoyed this match, and it shows that Carmelo Hayes, also a guy who's been tagged as the future, well, he came out so at the end and helped Ilja. So I'm hoping that when it's all said and done, Carmelo takes the belt, and hopefully he'll turn heel again though, because I do want the U.S. challenge to end, because while yes, it's great, I think that we're at the point where we need a break from it. Bring it back next year, maybe it's in the summertime, but for a minute, I think we need to cool our jets on it. That said, yesterday was my favorite, so maybe we don't. Maybe it's just going to keep getting better, hopefully. And number 2, the Terror Twins versus Aleister Black is one of the best mixed tag team matches I've seen. I'm glad Aleister was not pinned for this. I think you might be alone here on that one, because a lot of people are calling out the botches that happened last night. And there was one really scary botch where Zelina Vega's lucky she's not dead. And that's not an exaggeration. I'm very, very thankful that they are all right. I don't even want to be like, it wasn't like a Tunga Loa botch where you kind of laugh and be like, oh, Tunga Loa, you. It was like, it really took me out of the match. And not because I'm trying to like judge and find any little thing that Rhea does wrong, but like it took me out of the match because I was just scared the whole time. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. But I will also say this. I am a big Jade Cargill defender, and I'm not trying to be one of those people like I don't know how to say it, but I will say this. If Jade Cargill did that botch, people would be calling for her head on a platter. I think WWE, it's not necessarily like, I know stuff happens. I think we need more house shows so people get their reps in. It's like, stuff happens. Rhea Ripley could kick my butt, like legit. Any of them could kick my butt, legit. And so I'm not just this this guy in my basement just saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe that happened. Stuff happens, but maybe let them get more reps in on a house show loop or something like that. We got Kawash saying, so Cena's last match is tomorrow, and with all eyes on the product, this is what they put out. Yeah, I was not a fan of this episode overall. There were some really good things, but to me, it felt very unimportant at the same time. I'm glad we showcased the next generation. I'm glad Ilja had a great match, but like for the most part, it was just like, what are we doing here? Like, I miss the days of go-home shows where literally the day before a big event, it was crazy spectacular. Why didn't we get more John Cena vignettes even? They had an out. They could have just made this a nostalgia trip for John Cena, but no, this is what we got. I gave it 5 out of 10, and I said it was worse than a bad show. It was an apathetic show in which I didn't really care one way or another. Goat Buggy says, I honestly want to see a dream match with Ospreay versus Javon Evans in a no DQ match. Will Ospreay really likes AEW? I don't think he'll ever come to WWE. Javon Evans is young. He could always make, he's 21. Like, literally, he could be a 15-year vet and then go to AEW. Now, I will say this. Javon Evans has made disparaging remarks about AEW, so I don't know. I do like Will Ospreay, though. We got Money on Repeat. Oba is always good. Lash didn't get pinned, and Javon does what he does. Other than that, it's like Triple H is purposely lowering our expectations for the incoming pop. Maybe we are turning into bots. I don't know. If you are a bot, then maybe I am too. Triple H, please keep booking these people really good. Because last night, all the incoming talent was booked really strong, but I want to see Ethan Page now on the main roster too. I think he's ready. I think Ethan Page, Trick Williams, Joe Hendry, these guys are ready. I like holy cow, I'm actually getting a little excited. Maybe I judged SmackDown a little too harsh yesterday. We got Jade Cargill. This is Goat Buggy also. Jade Cargill is having the worst title run, worse than Tiffany Stratton, because it's just Chelsea Green as a player in the main event. Yeah, it's not like I really liked Jade's presentation yesterday, but her title run is not good. And that's because she's not being given good people to work against. And when I say good people, like B-Fab, Meacham, Chelsea Green, Elbow Fighter, they're great. They are great, but they've been presented a certain kind of way, and Jade is being presented a certain kind of way. Jade needs to, in the beginning of her career, she could go through the lower mid-card, but not when she's the champion. She should have been going through these people before she was a tag champ with Bianca. Honestly, she should not be now just getting to the undercard. That should have been the beginning of her career, not when she's the top champ. She needs to be fighting people that are higher on the card. He also misses Bianca Belair, so do I. Skywalker. Well, I was enjoying the show until I almost watched Zelina get paralyzed. It was 10 minutes after the show, and I still had chills. Yeah, it was scary. It was scary. Go check it out, but for real, it's kind of I was, oh God. It really did take me out of the match. Stuff happens, but I was scared for the person. I'll never put the person above the storyline, and I was terrified for Zelina Vega last night. Whoever's fault it was, I don't care. I was scared for the human being. Anthony Blakely, the fact that we don't have talent like Javon Evans facing Cena is kind of dumb considering what Cena has done. And Walter Gunther was already IC champion, King of the Ring. So the argument is that John Cena should be fighting someone that could use the rub. And I agree with that, actually. I agree that Gunther does not need this match against Cena. However, it is a great match. And Gunther is definitely well deserving. I just think it should have gone to an Oba Femi or Carmelo Hayes or an LA Knight, okay? I know, LA Knight, he's on the older side of things, but you know what? He's a fresh face in the main event scene. Just because you're in your 40s doesn't mean I have like I have a vendetta against you. LA Knight would have been a great opponent as well. Gunther is, while 38, he just doesn't need it. Now, I will say this, and I'm stealing this from Sante Zap. He did present a valid argument. A valid argument to why Gunther is okay and we don't need fresh blood. Because if you look in the past, who retired Ric Flair? Shawn Michaels. Shawn didn't need it. Who retired Shawn Michaels? Undertaker. Undertaker didn't need it. Who was Undertaker's last match? AJ Styles. You could argue, though, that Undertaker might not have known that, but at the end of the day, AJ didn't need it. So you could say that. I think Triple H's last match, John Cena. But again, we didn't know that Triple H would never wrestle again. All of that said, just because you've done something in the past doesn't mean you need to continue it forever. So I think that is a valid argument that many people have been retired by people who did not need it. I still think that we should have had someone who could use it more so than Gunther, who has the resume already. All right, let's keep going. Zelina Vega is lucky to be walking. Reina Rep says, yes. You are right. We got, when is Jay going to start up against some actual competition? That's from Mama, there go that man. Mama, there go that man. Okay, so that, I agree. We're just going to get some competition. Tiz Mickey says, I am so excited for Oba versus Cody. Call me crazy. You're crazy. Call me crazy, but I really believe they might let Oba win this one. Cody was the one standing tall at the end. I'm not sure if Cody was standing tall. It was kind of a stalemate, but I feel that Oba had the upper hand in, like, aura-wise, because Oba stood there while Cody walked away. That said, I hope they let Oba win. Oh my gosh. I really hope. Just let Drew McIntyre Claymore kick the referee, then Claymore kick Cody Rhodes. I don't care. Don't give Cody a visual pin either. Let's make this count. You only got one. Only one time can you make a first impression. Let's make this first impression lasting. I don't think it will kill Cody to lose to an up-and-comer, the future even. Just make it happen, please. We got TTJC. The last match could have been an email. That's funny. The last match could have been an email. Okay, botch aside, do we really need this to be the main event? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Honestly, Ciampa and Ilja should have been the main event. Honestly, yeah, that match was quality. That match was great. However, storyline-wise, well, there was a story there, but I get it. Rhea's a big deal. She is a big deal, and Damian was a champion. Yeah, I get why. It could have been an email. You're right. This could have been an email. Carmichael says, Pat McAfee on his show said Michael Cole is thinking of retiring. Man, everyone's retiring. What is TKO putting in those prime drinks? Because everybody's retiring. All I can say is please know, Cole, you are the greatest to ever do it. You know what's weird? I grew up in the Attitude Era, right? Actually, I grew up in the Golden Era. But for some reason, I always think of Jim Ross as the voice of WWE, when Cole has done it way longer than Jim Ross. I forget that Michael Cole was part of the Attitude Era. And he doesn't want... nope, that's it. You are the greatest of all time, Michael Cole. And you know what? I agree with that, actually. Fazarupa, why did The Miz and Melo feud just to get dropped? Yeah, what happened there? That was so silly, stupid, silly. Why would I even say silly? That's silly. It was man, why? And it's just have a match. Have a blow-off match. Why? What they're going to do is revisit it in like 2 or 3 weeks when none of them are doing nothing, or when Carmelo does win the title and they're going to say long-term booking. No, you just stopped it and restarted it. That's not long-term booking if there's nothing going on in between. What else we got going on? We have Alfonso Passion. We need actual women and actual men now to be called up. SmackDown is lacking of wrestlers and superstars. Take out Cody from tonight, and you had only mid-cards. Same with, I think last week too, or 2 weeks ago. I don't know. You're right though. We need bigger people, or we gotta really start putting on some gas on the fire of Aleister Black and back to Damian Priest, because we need some main event guys. Kid Wilkes, I feel like the U.S. title has been used to hype up the tag team division while the Wyatt Six and MTFs face off. That's fair. I like the little storylines. I don't mind the little storylines here and there, but it's like yeah, you don't really think a tag team guy's going to win the title, so I could see that. LT says there is no way in kayfabe or real world where Cody Rhodes beats Oba, so let's just have Oba win. Okay, I agree, but to be fair, if the storyline makes it happen, works out, then, in no way would Rey Mysterio Jr. beat the Great Khali, and yet, you know what I mean? So, I'm not going to just sit here and say, that's the best part of wrestling. You can make things happen, but you have to make it work within the story. It has to work within the story. If we're just going to have Cody just beat him straight up, then no. But if there's shenanigans, Cody turns heel or something like that, then yeah, cool, whatever. So let's hope we get some kind of shenanigans. Then we got Teddy Boy Ward. I guess you got to give credit. They now have me begging for a team to win the tag belts, just because when just a couple of weeks ago I felt they were a bunch of morons with painted face. Okay, so you want the MFTs to beat the Wyatt Six. Man, this feud is so cold right now. It should have happened. It should have happened at War Games, but here we are. Then we got but yeah, I hope, Bray Wyatt, not Bray Wyatt, I apologize. Bo Dallas really needed to show up last night, and his promo was okay at best. He needed his moment. That was his moment to shine last night, and he needed excellent, and what he gave us was okay. Martine, how do you see Cena versus Gunther ending? And does Drew attack Cody? I hope Drew attacks Cody. And how do I see Cena Gunther ending? I did a prediction video a couple videos back, but I see this happening. I see Gunther losing. I think Cena's gonna win. If the tap out wasn't in play, if Gunther wasn't solely focused on tapping him out, I would say Gunther would pin him. But now that it's tap or don't tap, I'm going Cena. Now, I did come up with a solution on the podcast, which is on Patreon. Go subscribe, $5 a month. Helps me keep videos coming full time. I said this. They should have Gunther really beat up John Cena a lot. He goes for the pin, 1-2, pulls him up. He pulls up John Cena. He does that twice, and because he keeps trying to tap him out. And then John Cena ends up beating him. Then Gunther can say, you know what? I had him pinned twice, so I still kind of won. But we get the visual submission or pinfall on Gunther, so it's like win-win. The heel has an out, but John still wins. But he would have lost if Gunther hadn't been so cocky about everything. So that's how I think we should do it. I think it's just gonna be John Cena winning, to tell you the truth. Now we go Jimbo Slice. I'm realizing that there isn't anyone on SmackDown that I'm ever dying to see. I forget how much heavy lifting Kevin Owens was doing. Yeah, Kevin Owens, towards that, he made that title run, that Cody's run at the end, or his that feud when he was just beating up everybody off camera. That was so good. Kevin Owens was definitely doing a lot of heavy lifting, and Drew does too, but now they're just they're only giving them minutes, just little minutes of airtime. It's they have so many people, so much potential, and they just don't utilize it. They're trying to stretch it out, water things down with long matches, less story, and then they're about to add an hour to SmackDown. Yeah, we need more people, more stories, not just people, stories. We got Ron Talks Tabletop. The show was not good for me to go back and watch This show was not good enough for me to go back and watch anything but one segment I was curious about. I didn't even watch the Oba segment because it's already on YouTube. It's NXT or nothing for me nowadays. Well, yeah, honestly, there was nothing really to see here. There was really nothing to see here. You could really catch it in an email or just YouTube clips. So, and then FMJ with Oba's momentum and it looking like Mello getting some as well. It would be cool if Oba formed a Bloodline-esque faction with other wrestlers of color. I wouldn't mind that. It would be very, very much a, like, I would say, honestly, I wouldn't say the Hurt Business, but like the Nation of Domination. They were awesome. Oba could play the part of Farouk, and Carmelo could play the part of The Rock. And in about a year, maybe The Rock, Carmelo kicks out Oba Femi, and they get a feud there. Nation of Domination, very, very underrated faction. Loved them. Wouldn't mind a second coming of them. But it has to be done right. It's a touchy subject, and I wouldn't want it to, like, they can't be jobbers, I'll tell you that much. They can't be jobbers. And then let's we got to pretty much end it here. We'll do Jordan Man. WWE's product is currently hot trash, and I think a large chunk of the fan base will retire with John Cena. I have heard a lot of people say, yeah, once Cena's out, I'm out. And I think there will be a portion of people that say that. However, Royal Rumble is just around the corner, and take it from somebody who one time got so bad, I swore off wrestling. I lasted about 1 week. 1 week, and I still caught clips on YouTube. If the last time is now is your last time as well, then I appreciate you, and I hope you do come back. Sometimes we just need a break, and if that's one of you people out there, don't worry, I'm going to still do this. Whether I love it, I'm apathetic to it, or I hate it, I'm going to still do wrestling, this wrestling YouTube channel, because I actually love wrestling. Even when wrestling gets me mad, like it did last week, I still love it, will never not love it, and I'm going to be here. I'll keep the lights on, I'll do the reviews for you, and you come back when you're ready. You might take a year or two off. Ron Talks Tabletop actually took like 10 years off. So, like, you can always come back. I'll always be here. Wrestling will always be here. It's going to keep going. That machine is going to keep going, and so are we. And like I said, I'll keep the lights on. All right, boys. All right, girls. Thank you for this really quick hot take. I appreciate every single one of you. You rock. And don't forget, tonight, the last time is now, and we're going to see the Unseen 17 in his last match ever. I'm going to cry. You look at 2 videos ago, I cried in that video. Imagine tonight. Sad face. All right. See ya. Bye.